having been at the top side of the bracket on winner's side and then having lost. And that means you got to wait the maximum amount of time for it to be your turn to play yet again. And now he's going to get that chance. We both liked some of what his modern Chun did versus Knuckle Duo Guile. Obviously, it wasn't enough, but he did have some strong stuff in there. And, you know, by the way, I looked up his Street Fighter Cross Tekken Capcom Cup appearance where he played Vega Kami.
You know, that's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, old friend of mine, had actually utilized that team. It's a really cheap team. His name is Mike, but that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive thing to do, to make it all the way to Capcom Cup in,
For sure,
in
yeah.
that regard.
I mean, regardless of what game
still
it is.
Consistently, like, keeping it up with whatever life throws at you, right? That's been, I feel like, the main story for a lot of the East Coast players, right? There's been so many busy times and busy lives for some of these folks, but seeing Ramos, again, in a tough draw, being the first one to fall in a top 16, that means you have so much time to think about what's coming up
this
next.
Whole broadcast.
Do I play ranked? Do I sit in trade mode? Do I grab some carne asada?
You don't know who you're going to play against for a while either, right? It's not like you can necessarily game plan for who your opponent's going to be for a while.
You have like some sort of route that you could possibly
That's
predict.
true. It's going to be one of 2 or 3. That's or whatever it is. Yeah. No, that's true.
But at the same time, it's like, it's iDom. Like, how do you prepare for iDom?
How
do you prepare for Manon?
Not easy. And especially for his style and his quality of Manon, it's just rare to see. So one of them will make the top 8. Man, if it's iDom, that means the first round of top 8 is going to be Punk versus iDom and loser's side.
If there's one attribute that iDom has to really attest to his gameplay, what attribute would that be?
I think his reads just not in my opinion. Like, it's just extremely difficult to know where he's going next. And that's true not just in like the obvious does he do command grab or hit, like that kind of easy stuff, but it's also what he does in neutral. It's so hard to get a read on the buttons he's going to pick. I feel like that's part of why he makes Manon work when it comes to her footsies, which are DI-able and like not the super best in the game, but he makes them work because you just don't know when any of them is coming.
I think it's a really fair assessment, but man, what a usage of the lightning legs. I think I was just very fortunate for Ramos, just at the right place at the right time to anticipate something from iDom, whether it be a regular grab or command grab at that. Ramos just having the right instincts to do instant air lightning legs. Thank you, Manon. Oh, that's huge. That's a big opener. And that's something that iDom is not reluctant to use, something that's really unsafe, but it's a great poking tool for Manon.
You have to take risks with her. That is the name of the game. To be able to get a medal. Okay.
Speaking of risks.
Yeah.
We'll take that from Ramos.
What? Okay. iDom, of course, capitalizes on that. 3 medals.
I can't pretend to tell you. I don't even know what that could have been.
What was the idea? Yeah. Big jump. And probably for the round if he wants it. Yep.
Number 1, more than enough. That we've talked about that jump arc could be a pretty big nuisance. She does pretty well, I feel like, in that regard against Fireball characters, being able to react and jump appropriately and get the better counters. That jump arc is very menacing. It's sharp. Her roundhouse makes it even faster.
That was cool.
Never seen that stutter before.
Okay. Makes it count with level 3 on deck. Oh, okay. Coming on that. Oh, let's see what he can get. iDom. Waking up in the corner.
The sweep again.
Willing to take the risk.
Buried
it.
Damn. And an appropriate punish counter. This guy, Ramos, is sick.
That was really good, the parry, yeah.
That's a guess.
Sure.
That is a pure guess.
Not surprised to see the command grab there after what would have been a successful command grab if he had read that parry coming. We'll see. Ramos backs off a little bit.
What a whiff punish and what a heavy normal to do it with. Jesus.
This has such unusually strong footsies with the character. Like, you feel like she's a wall moving forward against you when it's iDom playing in a way that few other players can make work with her.
He gets iDom off of Ramos in the corner. It's going to be pretty huge with that side switch as well. So much estate for Chun-Li to work with. Being able to charge back and forth, get some fireballs going. And he's going to be very deceptive as to what her range of attacks is going to be. That medium punch has gotten him so much in the past. And also low forward can be a really big game changer against iDom, especially at this stage of the game at least.
Yeah,
trying to find the big opener.
Almost backs off. No, tries to go in. Immediately read by iDom.
And how often do you even see that from Ramos's repertoire? We haven't really seen drive reversals, let alone in this stage of the game. We don't really get to see it that much. But iDom having the appropriate read. The full
Really
punish.
nice confirm, in fact. Ooh, huge jump. Yeah.
That's all she wrote.
That is all she wrote. Nobody's singing right now, but that's going to cut it anyways. We're going to go into the final game between the two.
Bottom meter down below just shows you that iDom did not give any chances for Ramos. And I will say this, I think a couple of fortunate circumstances were a part of iDom's round, right? Like the preemptive jump against the fireball was pretty significant. I don't think it was on reaction. There's the drive reversal. Does find the mark at a very hefty price, I will say.
Dude,
how does
okay.
he know? What a beast.
Looking good. Oh, man. That was right on the edge.
Oh, very tricky. Got a level 3. Another counter hit stand jab from Ramos. Really picking and choosing his spots to press a button, but instead misses his opportunity for a meaty. Wasn't this the last time we've seen him kind of like fall short was against Knuckle-Doo, where he wasn't really able to get some of these meaties going?
Yeah, his media pressure wasn't very strong, and he allowed for Doo to wake up with buttons quite a number of times. Again, the neutral's looking good. He's got a chance for pressure. Tried it out. Oh, here it is. Forced the situation more.
Nailed it.
Backing off, trying to be outside of that roundhouse range.
Oh.
Okay. Again, I don't think he needs to do it sometimes. I totally understand.
Oh, plenty of time for him to react with a normal behind it. Yes, sir. Ramos
man.
and iDom both fully loaded, by the way. Level 3s on both ends, and also match point for both players now. Big whip punish. Ramos thought he could get the handshake. No, sir. Instead, he gets a trip to the corner.
Buried it into the corner right away. Ramos. Again, the meaty pressure is light, and again he challenges correctly defensively.
So sick.
There have been so many right choices defensively and in neutral. It's just the meaty pressure that hasn't really lived up to the rest. Slight lead, more of a lead now for Ramos, who, if he gets the next couple mix-ups right, is going to eliminate iDom. iDom's challenging.
The drive reversal again. Fireball to back to it. To back it up, excuse me. Fireball does find a mark again. iDom, he's only a sequence away from falling.
Jump! Oh, iDom on the ropes! Oh. Is he right? Yes!
Level 2. No command grab. Oh, he gave it away! He dropped it! iDom is eliminated by Ramos! 2 big mishaps back to back! And it's iDom who pays the ultimate price. Ramos eliminates iDom 2-1. What is happening?
What a scramble at the end.
What actually happened?
That whole final round right there. I mean, a lot of it led up to that. You know, these great defensive choices that Ramos had, I'm sure inspired him to think that he was always going to make the right defensive decision, hence the EX wake up, right? And I think that makes sense. But iDom had the right read and just didn't get the kill.
I'm still flabbergasted at what that sequence was. Wasn't he in Burnout? Wasn't iDom in Burnout?
I don't remember, man. We'll see it shortly.
Whew, what just happened, yo? Yo, I gotta really take the time to shout out Ramos's defensive decision making.
Yes.
That is, he was playing like above and beyond 100% threshold. He was making all the right decisions. We talk about the reads that iDom had. Let's talk about Ramos for a second.
Right.
His decision making behind those medium kick startups from iDom has been phenomenal. What he does afterwards, what he does in between, it's all been the right call. And his drive reversals have been stupendous after that one mishap. It was just literally one mishap.
All right, what happened here? He just screwed it up, right? Yeah. Well,
I can't even imagine to tell you what that was. He had no meter behind it. There was nothing left behind it. He was burnt out.
That is a tough way to go out for iDom. Again, eliminated from the CPT US Canada East. There is but one chance remaining to make it into Capcom Cup, and that's at the LCQ, where there will be a host of killers, unlike anything else that we've seen this year. That's going to be a tough one. It's Ramos who makes it into the top 8.
How often have we seen that scenario happen between, okay, well, not the gameplay, but like having the person who had fallen short from the top? I feel like these last couple of CPTs, the person who was fallen short in the very first round.
Yeah.
Has not really made it out into top
It's
8.
rare. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I've noticed the same thing. And I think part of that is that it is a difficult position to be in to kind of, you're playing at the start, then you have this, honestly, 2 hour plus time where you are iced a little bit, and Ramos nevertheless played it well. All right, well, geez. Looking like pretty good stuff here, as we'll talk about our top 8 in a little bit. This is the second to last of the Capcom Cup qualifiers.